All right, folks, let's have ourselves a party. 50,000 subscribers, and maybe one day XRP is going to hit like 50,000 or something. Who knows? Not financial advice. Let's have a celebration, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Once again, it is 12/4/2022, and today we are celebrating 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me in this community. I was going back looking through the numbers. So we now have 356,000 between Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. Incredible to see. And we have over 10.5 million views so far on YouTube as well. So that's been an absolute pleasure and a joy. But the thing that I'm most proud of is that we're at this point, we're at this level, just getting started, but we haven't done any paid sponsorships, zero. And that's very critical and important to me as someone who has a lot of eyeballs, a lot of people listening, a lot of people here that trust me. I want you guys to know that I've never taken one dime for a paid sponsorship, and I plan on continuing to do so. You know, we're just going to keep it real with you guys. We got our business education program. I just am going to be dropping my third installment of the business development program. After I get off this live session, I'm going to be making it available for the Discord group exclusively. And the Discord group is getting early access to the business development program before the program gets released. But they are going to have lifetime access to that as well. So as long as they're a Discord member, they will have, at no additional charge, the business development program as well. So including that for the Discord members, if you guys are trying to get in, huge shout out to the Discord OGs. We've had the Discord group for nearly 2 years now as well. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone out there that is supporting me, whether you're just smashing this video, giving us a thumbs up, sharing the content, if you've joined our community, if you're in on our group, having the discussions on another level, showing up to the after parties. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm so grateful for this community and how real we've been able to keep it. All the real ones that have, just the vibration here is of real ones, no BS, straight to the point. How do we take care of our families, creating generational wealth during this great, fantastic opportunity? And let's not get left behind. So thank you for Missy the Gifts, Hammer Time, the OGs in the house. God bless you all. God bless all the OGs in the house. Japan in the house. We got people from all over the world in our Discord group now. And, I see in the YouTube comments as well that you guys are tuning in all over the place as well. So 50,000 strong here on YouTube, 350,000 total, just getting started and having a lot of fun doing so. So I just want to say thank you so much, guys. Whether you, like I said, like this video, you give us the little super chats. I see you guys always flexing in the super chats, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. And then also, we just have our affiliate links down below. If you guys are looking to support the channel, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. And we are going to go into a full update for you guys. Current events, cryptocurrency, and the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. Let's get right into it. God bless you all. Tonight, adult beverage, Modelo with a couple squirts, a couple squeezes of the fresh lime. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Let's take one sip. Cheers for making it here. Thank you, guys. All right, let's roll. Let's get right into it. Cryptocurrency and 17,290 for our Bitcoin. I want to refresh this. Yeah, 258. Yeah, 17,200. Market is back up today. Ethereum's up to nearly 1,300 and our XRP's at 39 cents. Okay, so the market is moving back up. Let's watch this one closely. President Joe Biden sharing this news with us tonight. Gas prices have declined by an average of $1.60 a gallon over the past 173 days and are now back to the levels they were at in early February. That's great news. Yeah, it sure is. Thank you, Joe, for dumping our strategic petroleum reserves and completely decimating that supply that is meant for emergencies, crisis, and war. Thank you. And so this is just the mockery. This is just the joke. And if you don't have a plan, you're going to get completely left behind. Joe Biden talking to us like we are the stupidest people. This is great news. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for chiming in, Joe. Hope he's doing all right there in the DC swamp. Okay, let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. Here we go. Autism Capital, please confirm a user claims that they have spotted Caroline Ellison at Ground Support Coffee on West Broad in Soho, Manhattan. This was at 8:15 a.m. this morning. This would mean she is not in Hong Kong and is in New York, not in custody. They tweeted out an hour later, the general consensus is that Caroline Ellison is likely in New York cutting a deal and cooperating, with SDNY, which is the Southern District of New York, prosecutors to roll on Sam. Yep. And so it looks like, guys, this situation, Sam Bankman-Fried in the Twitter spaces that Kim.com had, he didn't really want to answer, I guess, or have anything to say to Caroline Ellison. I didn't listen to the full Twitter space. I've kind of been avoiding the drama. But why I'm even sharing this with you guys is I just think it's amazing that we're spotting them in the streets. And remember, we were told, right, that these people wouldn't be able to walk the streets once all this corruption got exposed, not only in our government, but in bad actors like this. They wouldn't even be able to walk the streets. But here we have, these guys obviously must be cooperating with somebody because Sam Bankman-Fried hasn't been arrested. Caroline Ellison hanging out in New York, getting her bagel and coffee or whatever she's doing, right? So, but the beautiful thing is, we don't need government to protect us. We're going to do our own research. We're going to look into all these people, and together, the community, the Twitter sleuths included, spotting all these people out in the streets. I love to see it, and we're going to hold them accountable, right? And we know that we didn't invest in those programs, and thank God we didn't. Absolutely a complete failure. And Linda P. Jones just shared this thread, and it's an incredible thread on the FTX situation, how they were trying to monopolize not only trading for cryptocurrencies, but for stocks as well. Check this one out here from Linda P. Jones. Huge shout out. FTX had a master plan. They were in the middle of implementing the big takeover. Having worked at Jane Street, SBF saw how payment for order flow is a license to charge a toll to everyone buying stocks. Like a toll bridge to cross, you must pay. You redirect the trade orders for stocks to all your toll booths and collect guaranteed profits without any risk. Ken Griffin, CEO of Citadel, admitted under oath during congressional testimony that currently 40% of all stock trades go through Citadel. This is all tied back into that big short, the GameStop short squeeze, and all of that was getting exposed right there, right? Continuing on, SBF bought part ownership in Robinhood, a firm that makes 80% from PFOP, that's pay for order flow, through Citadel. Citadel owns a large chunk of that, right? His plan was to put Robinhood out of business and control payments for order flow for stocks and crypto markets. Last spring, when I tweeted that SBF was going to bring PFOF to crypto, CNBC came on several minutes later denying that SBF was going to use PFOF. They said he would be doing the trades for free. They had to cover for him until he could gain market share and then turn on PFOF, which is pay for order flow, right? Businesses don't operate for free, at least not very long if they do. Sam and his partners were planning to take over all stock and crypto trading and make guaranteed profits with PFOF, a license to print from all trades, the Everything Financial app. Their partners joined without doing any due diligence or looking at any FTX financials. With SFB making massive political donations, they gave themselves cover. It was a done deal. The partners wanted in. But Sam and Caroline were careless. They used customer funds, made bad trades, and got themselves in financial trouble when markets collapsed. They needed liquidity. They approached people for funds. When CZ went public, that there was no deal, and a run on FTX started. Game over. And I thought that was a great way to summarize what has happened here with FTX, what happened with Sam Bankman-Fried, Caroline, why they were just so greedy, right? They had the perfect opportunity, right? They had all of this opportunity to basically corner the market, but Sam just couldn't help himself. He had to go trade the customer funds. He had to go use all this money that they were raising to go gamble, right? And JJ, thank you for the 2 spot. I see that. Happy 50,000 day pimp. Looking good, G. JJ, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for all the super chats. Yeah, and so, once again, the SBF drama, all this FTX drama, thank God we weren't involved, we weren't invested. I do have sympathy for those that were. Hopefully they can get something. They'll never be covered 100%, but hopefully they can get something back out of this. But nonetheless, obviously, Caroline and Sam, right, were about to corner this whole deal, trying to get it done. But other people within the space, CZ and others, basically attacked FTX and collapsed the whole thing, right? There's a whole power play, a whole power struggle underway right now in the cryptocurrency space. And Sam Bankman-Fried, as we talked about, chosen little puppet boy to run the FTX Cabal exchange. It's a very simple situation. Let's continue on. Gold Telegraph, a former SEC official called Tether a house of cards. Speculate accordingly. Remember the investigative thread from last year on Tether? Blowing unregulated air into a bubble creates an atmosphere full of criminals, Wild West style. So we've been on the Tether issue for basically the full 2 years that we've been talking about this situation and how Tether was being used to prop up the whole space, especially Bitcoin. Eventually, we had to figure out where their reserves was at, what they were backing their Tether dollar by, and we still haven't seen it. And we know through previous settlement that they are already proven to be a deceptive and a fraudulent scheme by the New York Attorney General, out of the same Southern District in New York right there where Caroline is probably cutting deals right now with them, ratting out on Sam Bankman-Fried, right? So interesting how that occurs. And right here, as we've been continuing to say, Tether's going to be the final domino. We don't trust any of these exchanges. Be careful. Their liquidity is already very, very, very dried up after FTX collapsed. Go look at the Bitcoin volume after FTX collapsed, guys. It's completely dropped. It's completely fallen off. And obviously that's part of what's brought us to new, fresh lows. And I don't think that the bottom is in yet, but at the end of this session, I'm going to show you guys a next key date where I'm looking for the market to really roll over. Obviously, we're getting a little bit of a fake out pump, a little bull trap rally right now, as they usually do, before we'll get a move back down to the downside. And I'm going to give you guys the exact date time frame where I'm expecting that move to happen here at the end of this show. Let's keep it rolling, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so the next one here, we need to talk about this. Crypto.com app suspends BEP20 deposits with BNB chain. The moving signals what appears to be a growing trend of platforms moving away from BUSD and BNB chain deposits. So basically now you have a whole bunch of other people in the space that are leaving Binance. You guys have probably, hopefully, pulled of your extra funds, your long-term holdings off of Binance, right? And all of the other exchanges, because we don't trust anyone. And we know that CZ's tied up in this conspiracy, in this power struggle. So we don't want to get caught up in that mess. Right? We just want to stack utility cryptocurrencies that are going to actually run the new financial system and skirt all of this chaos. Right? We're just going to drive right around that. Okay? That's been our plan, and it's been working pretty well so far, right? And as I said, I was shorting the hell out of Bitcoin. I made 100% with my trading bag, shorting Bitcoin over the last 4 months, exclusively Bitcoin shorts. And I would still be doing it. I would still be trading this market if I trusted anybody to have real liquidity and if I trusted anybody to actually execute my trades. But I don't. Right? So I'm just going to take my money. I took my XRP and ran, is what I did. I grew my trading bag 100%, cashed all the XRP, got the XRP the hell off the exchange. God bless. Thank you, God, for allowing me to do so before this crypto liquidity crisis spreads even further. Bill Ackman, the problem with the current state of crypto custody is that the custodians do not need to commit fraud for all of your assets to be wiped out due to the failure of the custodian. Crypto can't materially advance as a business tool or an asset class until custody is fixed. Now, he has a point there, but Brian Armstrong chimes in and says that's not the case with Coinbase and many of the other custodians. Yeah, well, for us, yeah, we just like to take that in. We don't want to trust any third party. Whether Coinbase, Brian Armstrong is actually backing and actually holds our cryptocurrencies, hopefully in some cold storage wallets, hopefully offline, right? Away from hackers. We would hope so. But then we also have to ask Brian Armstrong, where is our songbird? XRP holders who had their XRP on Coinbase have not yet received their songbird. And are we going to receive our Flare Spark tokens? Why have you not answered this issue? This is important. This is important to a lot of XRP holders and a lot of people in the cryptocurrency space. And we need to know what's going on with these airdrops. Like, and it goes to show that we could have averted this. See, I'm willing to take that blame. I'm willing to hold myself accountable. If I had been self-custodying those assets, that XRP that I had on Coinbase at the time of the snapshot, I wouldn't be dealing with this, right? I would have already, received my Songbird tokens. So, okay, we're going to hold ourselves accountable and learn from that. But also, the rest of the XRP community, we're just sitting here like, Brian, what's up with our Songbird? What's going to happen with Flare and Spark? Hugo Filion, the CEO of Flare, just said that on January 9th, Spark tokens should be dropping. The launch of the Spark token in the Flare network. We're super excited for Flare, but are we ever going to get our tokens? I truly believe that Brian and team is going to come through later on, but they can't yet announce it because of the SEC Ripple lawsuit. So maybe we're going to see that case settle up, and then we'll be distributed our Songbird and our Flare tokens, our Spark tokens. or, the settlement's not going to happen until later next year. And hopefully, eventually, Coinbase and Brian Armstrong does give us our songbird. But I will be here shouting from the rooftop, from the mountain, Brian Armstrong, where is our songbird, until we at least get an answer from him. Like, just tell us, we're basically keeping it for ourselves. Thank you very much. Because they could, they are going to be distributed to our wallets. And I haven't seen the recent update from Hugo on as far as, is the exchanges going to be receiving that Flare Spark, whether or not they've confirmed, whether or not they're going to be distributing it. I don't know what Hugo and the team at Flare is doing with that. For me, it's just kind of the cherry on top. I believe 100% in XRP, but Flare, we believe, is going to be massive. And just think, however much XRP you held at the time of that snapshot, you're going to be receiving all that Flare, which is just free. It's just a little gift from the community here, right? And I think that this is XRP is going to be the gift that keeps on giving, as we are going to have more airdrops, actually, I believe. Yeah, but we got to figure out the custodian, and maybe we should call up our friends at PolySign. Institutional grade custody, we know they're moving ahead with it. BitBoy Crypto, the new drama from BitBoy. Before I get into that, I see we got some super chats in the house. Angel XRP with the 10 spot. Congrats. Keep up the great work, Angel XRP. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. We have Dev Wooves with a Canadian funny money 15 spot. Congrats on 50,000 subs, brother. Is XDC a solid purchase too? I ain't taking no chances. This pandemic has taught me that financial and spiritual freedom is key to maneuver throughout the matrix. Absolutely. We are big fans of XDC. Big time utility, trade finance, a $19 trillion issue, and enterprise grade solutions are what we're looking for. $1 trillion problems is what we're looking to invest in. And companies like XDC are at the forefront of solving those, working with some of the biggest players in the space. We know that they have been working. R3 Corda is using XDC right now. R3 is blockchain agnostic. They originally started with XRP, then now their kind of native token kind of is XDC, although they still are a blockchain agnostic platform. But you're seeing big partnerships like that. R3 Corda, I mean, come on, that's massive. And XDC, big part of that. And they're doing a lot of good things over there. And we had Quincy Jones, developer at Zinfin, on our show in August back last year. Incredible session. If you haven't already, go check that out. XDC. Well, just look in Quincy Jones, Zach Rector, pull it up, and you can listen. We have a full discussion on XRP, utility cryptocurrencies, and XDC, what Zinfin's working on as well. That was a while ago, still relevant today if you haven't checked it out already. But yeah, XDC is a big deal for us. I currently, at the time of this holding, actually don't hold any XDC, but I am looking to move on, and I'll let you guys know when I do that. I'm going to talk about it at the end of the show about how we're close, I think, to the next move to the downside. And I'm going to see how much I can allocate back into the space. Like I said, mostly, you guys already know where I'm at right now. Mostly cash on the sidelines, waiting and looking to move on real estate, because that's where I'm at in life. But I do want to get back my bag of XDC, and I want to get back some of my other cryptocurrencies that I held, like IOTA, Algorand. There's a few others that I'm going to be picking up, maybe some Quant, but I haven't been anxious because I understand the fundamentals of this market. And so I've just been waiting. I don't think that the bottom is in, and I still think that I'm going to have at least one more opportunity to buy on the low. I'll see how much funds I want to allocate to that at the time. But yeah, I definitely am looking to add back to my XDC bag. So thank you. That was a great question. Oh, and by the way, Dev Woos, XDC deep dive is going to be coming here soon as well. Probably going to get that out in December as well. And I'm really looking forward to dropping that one for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys want more information on XDC. So the next deep dive for the community is going to be XDC. Okay. Fiji, thank you for the 10 spot. You're always throwing it down. Fiji, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Drag Dubs 5 spot. Coinbase is hot trash and always intervenes when it shouldn't be doing so. Coinbase delisting XLM XRP is enough for me to buy as much as possible. And that's the thing, right? Getting rid of Coinbase wallet. I see, the influencers hop on any opportunity to hate on XRP. Some of these guys, they hop on any opportunity to hate on XRP. And they say, oh, this is once again showing why XRP is not getting adoption, why this is so bad for XRP. And it's like, no, this proves our whole damn point that XRP wasn't meant for us. It doesn't matter that Coinbase Wallet isn't going to allow us to hold our XRP. We shouldn't be using Coinbase Wallet anyways, right? And we have the ability to self-custody our assets that we know are going to run the new financial system, and they're meant to be in the hands of institutional on-demand liquidity, like market maker providers. That's who is supposed to have XRP, not Joe Blow doofus moron here holding our little bags of XRP. So, and that just proves it. Delisting it, making it difficult for us to buy it, Coinbase wallet not supporting it for whatever reason, right? I mean, how hard can that be? Just eliminating a few things of code so that you can make that statement. Like what does that even mean, right? You deleted a few pieces of code and now XRP is not available on the Coinbase wallet. It's like, okay, thanks for giving me more incentive not to use Coinbase, a centralized exchange that we know it cannot be trusted. Cannot be trusted. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for all the super chats, guys. I do appreciate the support tonight as we celebrate 50,000 subscribers. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Now, BitBoy Crypto, the most recent drama from BitBoy Crypto. Here we go. I got a letter from the SEC. Can't wait to talk about it. Everyone is laughing at you, Gary Gensler. As soon as lawyer takes a look, we will talk. It's hilarious. Sam met with Gary for 6 months. Our bill takes away the power from the SEC over crypto. Coincidence? Well, I would say, yeah, we're interested to see what bill BitBoy Crypto is working on. But nonetheless, from our understanding of the law as it stands and of the nature of XRP and some of these other digital assets, they do not meet the definition of a security. So they definitely don't have jurisdiction over digital currencies and digital assets like XRP that are completely decentralized, are nowhere near a securities offering. We've seen in the reply briefs that they weren't able to meet any of the prongs of the Howey test, and you need all of them to actually have it as a security, but they weren't even able to meet really any of them. So interested here to see this week. We might get some further breakthroughs in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, so we're going to have to watch out for that one. But it's good to finally see some breakthroughs. We got the reply briefs to summary judgment. Obviously, it's been a long time coming, and we're still watching this thing unfold. But it's great to at least see the end is in sight for that lawsuit. 714, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. 2Spot, thank you. Okay. BitBoy Crypto, I'm gonna tell you right now though. Ben, man, there was things that went on in this space, and I can't speak on Ben. I can't speak on BitBoy Crypto and what his operations were doing. He actually just got called out for getting paid for some project, and I just recently saw that he's actually going to be paying the amount of money that he was given for that promotion or whatever, right? So he's making that one right, I guess. But I'm here to say, and a lot of these guys should be worried because they most definitely engaged in promoting an unregistered security, and it most definitely is going to come under the jurisdiction of the SEC, and you bet that the IRS is going to be hot on their ass too. As far as the legality, constitutionality, and have they overstepped their bounds? Absolutely. They've overstepped the law. Gary Gensler, yeah, he is a joke. Yes, absolutely. We call him Good Guy Gary because he's a little good guy for the banksters. We understand that, right? But a lot of the guys, a lot of the shills did engage in promoting unregistered securities offering, and the SEC and the IRS are going to be hot on their case. Look at the Hex influencers. I heard that they just had the FBI knocking at their door. Now think about that situation, guys. I mean, I was just looking. Hex had to send, part of their promotion scheme was sending postcards to rich neighborhoods. It's like what somebody would do in a service business, right? You're sending postcards to all the rich neighborhoods, right? Get a little bit of work, drum up some work. I understand that hustle. I get it. But think of how pathetic that is compared to the way that Ripple's been operating, the way that some of these other companies that we like to invest in have been operating. The two different realities, right? An influencer like myself who hasn't done any paid promotion versus these guys that was their whole damn business model. And we know how that program's working out. Good luck, God bless. We know it's already been failing for you guys, and we're trying to keep the lights on there at your business, right? Yeah, that's not good. And by the way, yeah, the SEC and the IRS are hot on your case, and now they're serving letters to the Hex influencers. That was one of the Hex influencers, I guess, that had gotten a letter. Is he was the postcard guy, and it's just like, man. From a very simple understanding of the securities law and promoting Ponzi schemes, you guys definitely check all the boxes. I'm sorry, whether you guys are good guys or not, or whatever. It was all. I mean, I don't think there's any excuse for some of the downright rug pulls in the shilling that happened, right? But nonetheless, the SEC, the law is the law with the Howey test and all that. Their power needs to be reined back in. So I'm with Ben. I'm with everyone as far as that needs to be reined back in. But as far as the deals that were going on behind the scenes, we warned about it. We warned about it. And I mean, we avoided all of it. We can say that with 100%. My hand on the Bible. No paid sponsorships ever, period. Let's continue on, though. Continue on. Speaking of, oh God, see, and this rolls us right into the next topic, talking about shilling, talking about pushing projects. I see that we're still pumping projects on the XRP ledger. Meme tokens on the XRP ledger, we're still pumping them. AR, thank you for the super chat. Zach, the corrector of FUD, God bless you all. I like that one. AR, I like that one a lot. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the super chat. The corrector of FUD. Yeah, I just want to give clarity and cut through the BS. But this is the most recent one. What's the deal with xrpnet? This was asked by Spiritual Headline Hunter. And this guy right here says, we've been pumping, that's what's up. And so, yes, we do have fat green candles. XRP Paynet up 600% in the last month. Okay, in 1 month, a 6x for XRP Pay or XRPaynet is how you pronounce it. Now, I wanted to go take a look, and by the way, I'm going to be dropping I'm not going to do a deep dive. It's not worthy of a deep dive, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit further thoughts, and I'm going to do a little bit more research, and I'll give you guys a full dedicated video to XRPaynet because it's been so popular. But the reason why I'm covering this tonight is because if you've made profits on this coin, you better be ready. I'm not here to give you financial advice, but you better be ready because this thing's going to roll over like a son of a gun. Let me tell you right now, I've seen this situation before, and it plays out the same way every damn time. Let's go through the basic numbers. I'm not going to do a deep dive, and I'd be open to having the guy on their show, and maybe I'll have the team reach out. You guys know me. I will give everyone an opportunity. I will give everyone an opportunity and the benefit of the doubt. But I'm just saying right now, I'm about to go in and research this project more in depth and look at the people behind it because that's a big part of it. But I'm going to show you guys a few things that initially got me a little weary on this one. Check it out, okay? Let's take this look here at CoinMarketCap. Now, this is their self-reported market cap is at 34 million right now. So this is what the kids would call as a low cap gem. That's what they would call it. 34 million, right? So very low market cap. The self-reported circulating supply is 4.45 billion. And the max supply is 50 billion. Okay, let's stop right there. Immediately, red flag. There is less than 10% of the supply out. I mean, immediately for me, that's probably a pass. I'm going to go in though, and I'm going to look at the tokenomics. I'm going to look at the release schedule. How do these come into circulation? What is the plan for the rest of this 45 billion or 45 billion give or take XRPaynet tokens? What's the plan for that? But at the time of this recording, there's less than 10% of the supply is out. But what happened? It has a good story. They got a good little pitch. They went to Ripple Swell conference. Somehow they got an invite to Ripple Swell. They snuck in the back door, or I guess they were invited. Okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. And the coin is pumped and been pumped by a lot of influencers within the XRP community. Another red flag goes off right away. When I see multiple in the community start pushing it, start pushing this thing, and I'm telling you guys, it has a good narrative. The influencers start pushing it. And then the final one that gets everyone excited, they just introduced staking. Okay. And so before I speak any further on this project, I'm going to look into it further. I'm going to look into it. And like I said, I'm not here to give you financial advice. And I'll look at maybe getting someone from the team on so I can understand the situation further. But we're going to do a full examination of this project. But for me, from an investment, I'm good for right now. And if I was in it, if I did have profits, I would consider an exit strategy at this time. And let's take a look at why I am saying that. Let's scroll on down. I pulled up the all-time chart. This coin came out earlier this year, or at least started getting reported on CoinMarketCap earlier this year. And the all-time high was 1.5 cents in July, okay? So early July, about July 6th, is when it reached an all-time high, and that was 1.5 cents. And so right now, we are back about halfway there to that previous all-time high. And like I said, the third red flag for me was seeing the influencers push this thing. That's what gets me worried, because they get used to push these projects so that you can be the exit liquidity. Once again, what we need to understand is, where is all of those tokens and what's the plan for the rest of those tokens? Because I'll tell you how these deals go. These projects will offer influencers huge amounts of the token to come into a partnership, to join the team, to do a deal. Whatever that deal may be, at the end of the day, it's promoting the project, and the compensation, if it's not cash, which for a lot of them, it's not cash because they don't got much cash. They've created a bunch of tokens. In this case, they have 50 billion tokens, and less than 10% of the supply is out. Pass for me. I mean, I'm already late. It's already moved back up. It's halfway back to its all-time high in the middle of a bear market. And we've seen this story play out. So I just wanted to put out a big warning on this project right now, but I am going to be looking into it further, and I'll see what it's about. But you know me, I don't really care about the cute story is nice. If you got a slick salesman that can give me a nice pitch, that's nice. But who's behind the project and who's sitting down across the table from you signing deals, real deals, not photo ops, not speaker fireside chats, real deals to use the token? And what's the plan for the rest of those tokens? Okay. So I'm putting that out. I'm putting that disclaimer out on this token right now, and I'm not giving you guys financial advice, but be careful with these. The XRP ledger tokens are still getting pumped and dumped. But Will Crypto Insight says, my base case is still as prevalent today as it has been over the years. XRP is the best risk reward asset in crypto right now. And I'd have to agree with them. When I look at all this situation right now, it's still to this day for me, not financial advice, but the way that I'm investing, the way that I've allocated my funds, it is still the best risk to reward. XLM is a close 2 behind that. Okay. Now we're going to get into some fun ones. I got some fun ones here to cover for you guys. Here we go. Thank you so much. If you guys haven't already, please smash the thumbs up. And please, if you can, share this content. Let everyone know that the party is still going on. We're going to be getting it for a while here tonight. 50,000 subscriber celebration. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. Thank you. God bless you all. Okay. Next one. Mark Phillips. Not new, but still relevant. At 2019 Harvard War Game, Gensler said, quote, "We have been leapfrogged by digital Chinese currency. We need to move the Federal Reserve into the modern era." Right. So back in 2019, Harvard conducted a war game, and Gary Gensler specifically mentioned that a specific country was getting ahead of us in regards to digital currencies, right? And then we need to move the Federal Reserve into the modern era. But then they go ahead and they decide to sue Ripple shortly thereafter, right? Just 1 year after that, that's when the lawsuit against Ripple drops in December of 2020, coming up on the 2-year anniversary of this lawsuit. Now check out and let's listen to this one. This is going to be, this was Nino, David Rodriguez. And then I don't know who this gentleman was that he had on his show, but I want you guys to listen to this clip. This is a lot of what we've been talking about. But I want you guys to listen to this clip right here. He's talking about Swift and the banksters sued Ripple in order to buy time to develop their own Ripple XRP knockoff. Let's check out this clip here real quick. This is a good one.
Another frivolous lawsuit of Ripple Labs by the U.S. government. It's, David, just to slow them down.
They're just kicking the can down the road. They're just slowing the pace.
Because the banksters are not ready. And
I'm
going to make a bold comment, and it's just in my own vernacular. The banksters are good at fraud and murder. They're not good at software engineering.
Yeah.
Okay, there are lots of precedents. Like Neil Keenan was murdered and replaced. He was all about the old bonds, the gold-backed bonds. They murder people left and right. They actually murdered somebody, a source of mine. They murdered a close friend of his in Europe, and it really shook up my friend. The banksters sued XRP and Ripple Labs in order to buy time, not so much to hold them back as to, well, it's two motives. One, to hold back the development of the Ripple Labs, but it didn't work because they're still working. And the other motive is to buy time in order for the banksters to develop something in a similar manner with the intellectual property so that they can match Ripple and say, we've got our own Ripple. We don't need your Ripple, but they failed. And now they're saying, we need your Ripple. We're going to make a deal with you. We're going to have a timetable. We're going to have a schedule. It's going to be 18 to 24 months. We've got a span of time, and it is our accord. It's proof that the banksters failed in developing a similar system to XRP, and the same thing happened with Reggie Middleton. They failed in developing the building blocks for the digital financial structures that include banks and bond markets and stock market. It's the whole world.
Right. And who did we just have on our show recently, right? Reggie Middleton. And we talked about his DeFi patent and just further proof. And we said, Reggie, we hope may God be with you. May God protect you, brother, because what he's doing is so disruptive to that current banking system. Having the patent for DeFi was so critical. I don't know how far he's going to be able to go with it, but I appreciate, and once again, I would rather a guy like Reggie Middleton have this power and own the rights to this technology versus the banksters. And that's important. But then in this case with Ripple XRP, I want to make a quick point here that he said, it's still working. It's still growing, record on-demand liquidity growth. They cannot stop it. Nothing can stop what is coming. So although they tried to stall Ripple XRP and they tried to create their own JP Morgan token, right? No one's accepting it. No one trusts JP Morgan. They just got proven in a federal court. Excuse me. They just got proven in a federal court here that they're rigging the precious metals market. So nobody trusts JP Morgan, right? And that is never going to work. One bank's token is never going to work. You need an open source permissionless token that is trustless. Yeah. And right, like this guy's saying right here, they had to stall Ripple versus XRP, right? They had to stall this thing up. They had to try to come up with their own solutions. We are not getting any straight answers, and it's something that is never talked about. The mainstream media won't even touch this. And so think about that. And I wanted to say that back in regards to XRPnet. Remember that. This token's pumping, right? With only so few people even knowing about it, right? So think about that. Think about the incentives that some of these guys have to generate and build up some extra liquidity for themselves so they can pump and dump at one time. Just be careful with tokens on the XRP ledger right now and XLM as well. They're building meme tokens. They're building coins like this on both ledgers. They're pumping and dumping, you guys. Same thing happened with all the lobster scams. And you got to be careful out here right now. Right? Stay focused. The main asset that's caught up in the lawsuit that they don't want us to own is our XRP, is our XLM. And I think a lot of people are being, one, misled, right? They're being fudded out because this is scary, right? So many people see this and they go, okay, I'm not even going to touch it. Or it's not easy enough to buy it. I'm just not even going to take the extra steps to download an exchange that will actually let me buy this token since it's just not listed on Coinbase or wherever I do the rest of my trading, right? And we are so close to having the major breakthrough in this lawsuit. This case will be over, and you can already see that the tides have changed. We are resetting, revaluing, and re-establishing a new currency order, a new monetary order, right? And the Federal Reserve is in serious trouble. Without digital assets like XRP, right? Who trusts the Fed at this point? Right? Who's going to trust the United States after we now see that they're freezing and shutting down Russian assets, right? This is the whole reason why all these countries are dropping the bonds, dropping the US dollar. They're no longer doing the trade deals, and why the BRICS alliance continues to grow. It's no longer just the BRICS nations, it's the BRICS plus, plus, plus. And it's anybody else that has common sense to figure out that these guys are not coming to do a deal that is beneficial to both sides of the transaction. And this guy, he mentioned something. I almost didn't play this clip because he mentioned what they're really about. He mentioned what they're really good at. I almost didn't play this clip because of that, right? But this is what we're up against. This is very important. Now, let's get a quick market update. Let's look at where this thing could go here in the short term. Take a look here. What we have is the December full moon, the full cold moon, rises on the night of Wednesday, December 7th. So let's watch this one closely, guys. We saw what happened on the full blood moon last month. We were able to perfectly call that lunar eclipse, full blood moon. I mean, it was perfect on the day of the election. And we see the sacrifice of FTX was the actor that fell. And now here we are a month later, okay? We've gotten a little bit of a recovery back up to 17,000 just recently. But I am looking for another major move back down to the downside, and I want to give you guys the alert that I think it's going to happen very quickly. So be ready. If you are trying to buy your assets, right, you're going to have to load up some money. You're going to have some funds ready. You're going to have your account linked on these exchanges. You're going to have to put up a little bit of a risk to be able to buy these assets, but have them ready to go, because I think it's going to happen really quick. So you're going to want to set your limit orders. If you're trying to buy XRP back down at 30 cents, or, you know, I still think that Bitcoin's going to set a new low. So right now we're at 15,500 is about the most recent low. I think that we're going to beat that. We're going to go through that. And so, you know, Bitcoin going back down to those levels, we could see XRP definitely going back down to about the 30-cent level, but it's going to happen so damn quick. And these exchanges aren't our friend, and we cannot trust them to be always executing on our trades. We got to basically have our funds loaded up, set our limit orders, and pray. And then when we're able to acquire the assets, then we got to get them the hell off the exchanges. That's the game plan that I'm sticking to. If you guys are looking to get your wallets or anything, I do have a couple linked on down below. We have the link for the precious metals down below. If you're looking to roll over your 401k retirement account over to precious metals, my partners will help you do that. Okay. And like I said, I appreciate everyone who decides to join our program, invest in themselves. After this session is over, I'm going to be dropping the third installment of my business development program for the Discord community. Like I said, they're getting the business development program as it gets released, included in the Discord membership. You can still get early access to that. The business development program is an ongoing project, and it will always be included with your Discord membership. Okay? With that being said, guys, let's get into the celebration. I got my cold adult beverage. I'm enjoying the show. Let me know what you guys are working with down below in the comments. And if you haven't already, please do your boy a favor. Smash that thumbs up and let's have ourselves a party. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you guys. What are we working with? TikTok in the house, YouTube. Congrats on 50,000, sir. There are reasons for that kind of following. Yes, we're always going to keep it real with you guys. Appreciate you guys. The xrpledger DEX is where it's at. Absolutely. It's a key part of both XRP and XLM is the decentralized exchange that's built into the blockchain. So critical. So critical. It's the biggest utility. Liquidity is the biggest utility. That's why XRP is my number one. XLM is my number two, not financial advice. Just dropped 5K on some precious metals. Yeah, Noah, there you go. That's a big boy move. We love to see that. And like I said, I've been seeing some people within the community here. I know you guys have been making some big allocations to not only precious metals, but to your digital assets as well. I know we got some big hitters in the group as well that have been loading up, and I'm just so glad that you guys have been able to take advantage of that. We know what we hold, and we know that it can go lower. We have that conviction we will sleep just fine at night. And very critical, we've already taken care of our prepping and essentials. So when Joe Biden mocks us talking about how gas has dropped by $1.60, we know that that's because he's dropped and drained the strategic petroleum reserve. And so gas prices are about to roll back over and back up to the upside, right? That was short-lived. That got us through to the election. And right now, all the fundamentals, everything that I'm seeing, look for the short-term move over here for the full moon. watch that. We're still watching the moon phase cycle, still would be trading that if I trusted the exchanges to have liquidity, but I don't. But that's still pretty spot on. So watch that closely. But then as far as the fundamental situation, guys, we're going to have to watch what the Federal Reserve is doing. The Federal Reserve is not cutting rates by the end of this year, and it looks like they're going to be raising rates well into next year. We are waiting for the Federal Reserve to cut rates because that is historically what happens before the market bottoms out. So when the Fed cuts rates, you would think, that's going to push the economy back up. Okay, they're bringing back cheap debt. That should pump us back up. But historically, that's actually when the market then bottoms out before it then begins its recovery. So that's our key indicator. So as far as dates, timelines, when moon, like I just said, short-term time frames, watch for the full moon. Okay, watch for it. That's a great time to buy the dip. Secondly, on the fundamentals, we're not looking at dates necessarily. We're just looking at the Federal Reserve to pivot. We're looking at the system to go bust. We're looking at Tether to collapse. Whether Tether collapses tomorrow, this week, next year, we understand that that's a serious domino that's going to fall on this whole situation here that we're watching unfold. Tether being the final domino in the cryptocurrency space to usher in regulations. That's how we think the story goes. What else are we working with, guys? Steak and body armor. Yeah, so we had, I did celebrate, had a little steak shish kebabs, little kebabs for dinner tonight. It was pretty good. Pretty good. Does anyone else see cryptocurrency symbols out in the wild? They say the universe speaks to you if you're paying attention. Drag Dubs, I don't know what you're on. I don't know what you got going on, brother, but yeah. When you're thinking about something, when you're, that's what the law of attraction is right there, right? Is you're thinking about something constantly, you're going to start seeing it appear. It's going to come to you, but you got to continue to take action. Too many people just do the law of attraction, sit, pray, meditate, and don't take action. You got to actually move towards the goal. But yeah, it'll come, it'll happen. It is real. I do believe in that. Absolutely. Still $5 a gallon here in California. Exactly. California is just, yeah. There you go. The case will end in a bear market. XRP will still 10x. I expect XRP to be back over $1 by the time the judge makes a ruling. $10 XRP just in time for the next bull run. So that's the key thing right here is it's not a matter of when XRP is going to moon. It's a matter of what the hell are you going to do? Who's going to have liquidity? Are you even going to be able to exit your position? That's for me what I'm wondering. I'm working on that strategy. Well, I already figured it out, and I already have my strategy figured out for that, but it's something that I want you guys to think about too. Who's going to have liquidity when I go to sell my XRP? Because for some of you guys, you only have like access to one or two. Well, for many of us, depending on what country, what state you live in, there's only like one or two exchanges that you can buy XRP in. Depending on your situation, the people in New York, I don't even know where you guys buy crypto at. You guys, I don't even know what the heck the situation is over there in New York, other than the regulations over there is stifled that crypto over there in New York. Go over the moon cycles again. The pattern that we've been watching is bearish energy around full moons and bullish energy around new moons. The energy usually begins or, kind of takes place 5 days before or 5 days after is your window of opportunity. So 5 days before the full moon and 5 days after the full moon, we have been seeing bearish energy. And what we've been watching closely is we get fake out rallies like we're getting right now, right before leading up to it. And so that's how I had shorted Bitcoin, 8 for 9 on Bitcoin shorts, 100% profit. And that's how I was able to do that, was following that pattern. And I'm a guy, like you guys know me, I'm very simple and I don't study astrology, moon, nothing, horoscope. If I see a witch, I walk away. I don't do that dance, period. But God, we worked that pattern so well. We worked that pattern. We worked the hell out of it, just shorting the hell out of Bitcoin. What's your thoughts on Algo, HBAR, Quant? All thumbs up. Pray December 5th for good news, Mark. Yeah, I think that we're gonna see something this week. We are going to see something this week, right? Because we see both replies from both Ripple and the SEC. And by the way, huge shout out to Jeremy Hogan. We are waiting for Legal Briefs, the next episode, for Jeremy Hogan to break this down for all of us doofus morons. Please, Jeremy, make it so we can understand this situation here. No, but just reading through it, actually, I thought on a couple points, the SEC actually had made some decent points, but it's just going to be up to the judge of how strong of a case do they have. One thing that I got, one takeaway from the readings of the reply briefs, is that the SEC does not like the supply of XRP that Ripple has. That's a big problem for them. They don't like that escrow, which is something we've talked about for a while, right? And in that reply brief, you could read between the lines there and see that they weren't comfortable with that. Is it too late to get XRP? I live in the US? No, absolutely not. No. The next Legal Briefs will be freaking epic. Yeah, no, it will. Huge shout out to Jeremy Hogan. Vet, it's an interesting utility. I don't own any Vet. Interesting utility. I don't own any Vet. If you guys missed, go back to and check out the Reggie Middleton interview that I just did about a month ago. Reggie Middleton is the guy that has the DeFi patent. And in that clip that I just played of the guy talking about how the SEC was stalling up Ripple and XRP because the bankers, the private central bankers and the cabal entities wanted to hold it back so that they could then try to create their own. Reggie Middleton is someone that he just mentioned in regards to the DeFi patent. And that's a serious situation right there, right? Because it's not only the crypto exchanges, the crypto DeFi plays, and a lot of the crypto space, to be honest, that infringes on his patent, but it would be the banksters, as the banksters are trying to move and get into the cryptocurrency space as well, they would be coming up against Reggie's patent as well. Now, he's up against big, powerful entities, and that's what happened with the Veritasium. Is it's still going on. It's still a project that's alive, but the company basically went bust. Same thing's happening with the library token. The library token and blockchain will continue on, but the CEO just basically said that they've gone bust. That the SEC and the legal fees and everything caused them to go bankrupt as a company. The token, the protocol, the blockchain will continue on. People will still use library, whoever's still using library. But the SEC managed to bankrupt his company, just fighting the legal battle, which is the beautiful thing, Ripple throwing down 100 million, and it's just like they don't even think about it. 100 million big ones on the case don't even, Shan, look at you. Canadian, $27.99. Thank you for that super chat, Shan. I appreciate that. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. The Canadian funny money. Cheers to the Canadians that drink stronger beer, I guess. Everyone drinks stronger beer than me because I only like the light stuff. I can only do the light stuff. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Shan. That was massive. You guys stay with it. Krista, you ready? Yeah. Strike is a competition. I don't know what you're talking about. I guess the government stopped the strike, or maybe the strike's still going to happen. I don't know what the case is with that. I don't know why the government's getting involved. Maybe because they're a public utility. I don't even really know. Is Zachary Canadian? No. Susie, no. I am not Canadian. I do live close to Canada in an undisclosed location deep back in the woods. Hiding out. Little compound. XRP price prediction after settlement, $7 to $33. 13 would be a good number. 22 would be a good number. 33 would be a good number. XRP, it likes its 33s. I mean, we've been at 33 cents forever. You should leave the moon phases to the Farmer's Almanac. Otherwise, I do agree with you completely. Only 1% or only one per customer. See, I think this is, to each their own, right? Whatever your trading strategy is going to be, whatever. If you haven't taken a look at it for yourself, go throw up the moon phases on your trading view. Go throw up the moon phase pattern, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, it's not even really up for debate. It's pretty damn spot on. And like I said, I'm not a witch. I'm not astrology. I'm not horoscope. Any of that. But golly, if the pattern hasn't been spot on, you know. So to each their own. But you know, I finally put my money behind it because I said, oh my gosh, we've just been watching this thing, and I was using it to call the market and to predict the way that the market was going. But I said, I got to put some money on this. It's one thing to make my little cute predictions and this and that. Let's make some money, damn it. So I did. We grew 8 out of 9 on my Bitcoin shorts, and I grew the trading bank 100%, pretty much exclusively based off following the moon phase pattern. Yeah, you know, so it did work for us, but to each their own. I don't really go too deep on any of that stuff, though. I do respect it. I just don't spend time on it. Does your business development program only cover certain industries? No, it's more of a general business program. The first session was comparing side hustle versus real business. So when people are going into business, they're going to become an entrepreneur and get something going here, right? A lot of people, I think, should really just think about having like more of a side hustle, which doesn't mean it's not a legit business. Your side hustle can be legit. You can have an LLC. You can have a different entity for it. All that's just structuring and basically deciding how much in taxes you want to pay. That's all, you know, separate from the discussion of the mindset of, are you going to have a side hustle or a smaller business, like, you know, a one-man show type of deal? Or are you going to have a real business bigger than yourself? So in the first webinar of the business development program, that was the topic, side hustle versus real business. And then in the second session, I talked about starting your business. And then in this one, I talked about growing your business and comparing internal versus external growth. And I gave examples of how I have, taken advantage of both ways of growing your business, both internally and externally. And the reason why I don't do, I'm not just throwing out quantum growth because it's cute, right? We've taken some moves that have just been big step, like double the business. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of quantum growth that I'm talking about. I'm not just throwing that term out there because I like quantum financial system. That's not why. It's because, it describes a moment in time. And I say this in the session, for most business owners and entrepreneurs, the first and last quantum step that they take is starting their business. They go from zero to their first sale, which is $100 or $1,000 a month. Going from zero to whatever that is, to starting the business, is a quantum step. It is a beginning, right? But usually that's the first and the last. And then for most people, they're just going to be on a linear, slow path, which is fine, because I talk about how there's not one path that's right for any business. It's not one size fits all. In general, my property service business has been linear growth, but there's been times for external growth that I just absolutely jumped on, that were no-brainers. Didn't have to spreadsheet it. It's like, okay, we know we're going to make our money back 100% in 1 month. You don't have to spreadsheet it. You sign the deal. Right. And then, so I'm so excited because I'm going to do, it's basically a 4-part business development program is the initial thing. And then I got a whole other list of additional webinars, and I just want to start banging them out because it's just going to be so important right now through this recession. While many people are ready to give up, turn the key, we can take advantage of that. And for those of you guys that are beginning and starting a business, something that I brought up in the webinar that I think a lot of people should consider is, a lot of people, boomers, are giving up their businesses. They're retiring, and their kids don't want to take them over. They don't have any succession plan, which is your opportunity. Most of them do not have a succession retirement plan. That's your opportunity. You go get them to seller finance, which is the secret sauce of this model, is you go get them to seller finance it while you're working for them, while you're learning from them. You may be at a job. You've been at your job for 5 years, 10 years, and you know it better than anyone. You may be a perfect fit. Now, as an entrepreneur, business owner, you need to understand where you fall short. You need to have the self-awareness to understand, okay, I'm a sales guy. So I need to get someone on the accounting, back-end, logistics, technical side, right? I'm a people person, right? Or I'm not a people person, and I need to get someone for people, right? I don't know anything about tech, right? So it's all about who do you need to surround yourself with. That's based off of your who you are. And then also, you need to understand what your long-term business strategy is, your long-term goals for your business and your life. Because at certain points in the economic and business cycle, I like to be doing what the opposite of the market, the masses are doing. So over the last decade, a lot of companies, a lot of people, a lot of investors, whether that's real estate stocks or cryptocurrency, whatever it may be, new businesses, basically the kids that put entrepreneur in their Instagram bio and they're flexing, their little e-commerce business or whatever the hell they're selling widgets or whatever, that's cool. What we're seeing is that party's over. And so now we're finding out who the real ones are. It was easy to grow during cheap debt. And that was when I was growing sustainably, stacking cash on the sidelines. And so now, a year into a recession, we're in a point where we're cash heavy while everyone else is fearful. There's blood in the streets, ready to turn their key on their business. We're ready to pull up and say, hey, let me take this thing over for you. And unfortunately, market conditions, we're going to have to discount this asset based off of the current market conditions. And let's get real about it. That's what you were doing when times were, this is a different situation. So that's where we start. But what we're doing is we're saving these guys that, like I said, they don't have a succession plan. They have nowhere to go. Their kids don't want to run the business. Now, I think that that's a great way for people to get their foot in the door as a business owner that are currently working a job right now. A lot of people think, oh, I need to start my side hustle. What if you just like what you're doing? You like your job? You like where you work? What's going to happen? What is the succession plan for your boss? Obviously if you're working at some corporation, this really doesn't apply to you, but I'm talking about in the real world. You guys know me. I'm a real guy who started with nothing, built up my property service business. Now I have a media business. And I mean, it's just simple. We're continuously acquiring assets. And now that we're in a position here to go on a shopping spree while everything goes on sale, that's a blessing. But we worked our asses off to get here, and we had discipline, and we understood the fundamentals of the market. So like I said, when it was cheap debt, fun times, buy real estate, buy everything, grow the business, take on more debt. Now we figure out if you can handle that. If your cash flow covers debt service, which is the only thing you really need to understand in these deals. When you're deciding how quickly you want to grow, you need to understand, will cash flow cover debt service? And that's about all you need to understand, along with what's your long-term goals and vision. Does cash flow cover debt service? Then you can, justify the growth. Then you can afford it. You can afford the growth. You can manage it. Now, for many of you guys, and we talked about this in the session here, external growth. What we're talking about is mergers, acquisitions, and strategic partnerships. That's the type of external growth that you can, take advantage of right now when the market's scared is the best time. So Ripple, is a perfect example. They just said that they're about to go on the offensive. They have $1 billion. They have $1 billion cash, while the rest of the space is dying. What a blessing, right? And so they're about to go in and they're going to see what FTX has, see what else. What did they describe it? Pick through the remnants of FTX or something. I forget what the article that described that, but it was like, basically they're just going to, salvage what they can, whatever is left of FTX potentially, if it's worth it. But what an amazing negotiating stance to be in, right? Ripple. And then for us too, we're trying to be right in the same spot. We might not have a Billy cash on the sideline, right? But we have a strong cash flow business, and then we can expand from there. Mergers and acquisitions and strategic partnerships. Strategic partnerships are nice because they're relatively low risk. You're not having to take on much risk for collaborations, for strategic partnerships, alliances, right? But one thing to take advantage of is through mergers and acquisitions, you can bring on the experience and the personalities that you're missing, that you don't have. You're going to need people to grow big. And that's the big thing. That's the hardest part of being in business for yourself and being, working at your company. I'm sure you have company drama whatever, the corporate structure, all that BS, right? Which is why I like being in the small business space, is because you can be nimble, you can adapt, we can freely move, and simple deals. We don't have to, spreadsheet it and run. And to be honest, that's just the level that I'm operating at. And, for the time being, my operations are relatively small, but it's given me a life of freedom. It's the beginning of building generational wealth. And then we just are going to continue out on the strategies that we know will guarantee and preserve that wealth that we are building, right? Not only are we going to make it, we're going to keep it and then figure out how to multiply it. Shane McLaughlin, thank you for the 589, brother. What trading charts program or website do you use? Shane, I use TradingView. I throw up only a few indicators on the chart. Well, since you asked, let's pull up TradingView. Let's take a look at the sticks while we're here, actually. And I will show you guys what, that was not what I wanted to see here. Where's it at? Bitcoin on Qcoin. And then let's go to the 4-hour chart. And then I got to adjust this chart. Sorry. Give me 1 second here, guys, to adjust this chart. Sorry about that. Here we go. And take a look at that. And actually, let me show you the full thing so you can see over here on my indicators. So I have the moon phase. Boom. Check that out. See how well that's worked. That's good. Let's turn that off. And then I have the moving averages, the 20, the 50, the 100, and the 200. I can throw that up there and take a look at all the 50s. And you're going to look to see when those are crossing over each other. Those are the indicators that you'll be generally looking for when you're looking at the moving averages, understanding that moving averages are lagging indicators. And then also I can turn on my volume, which is always critical as well. Okay, so I keep things very simple. The trading program is TradingView. And yeah, as you can see here, the moon phase indicator, it's been pretty spot on here. That full moon last month, November 8th, right here. And that's what brought us down to 15,600. And then we get a little bit of a pump exactly when we predicted at the end of November, November 23rd, new moon. And go figure, that's right when we go set that little high right there. And now the market has continued back up, but let's look at where we're at here. I mean, no reason to get excited. And you guys remember in the most recent sessions where I've been showing you guys charts, I've been saying we can go back up to that 18,000 price point, and I'm still not getting excited. So here we are, 17,200. Still no reason to get excited in my opinion. But for me, I keep it simple because I'm a doofus moron when I do the technical analysis looking at the charts. So I keep it very simple. And like I said, I'm not actively trading right now. I like to have support and resistance up, also ultimate MACD. Yeah, I'll just draw general support and resistance right there with my little horizontal lines. I do horizontal lines, right, for support and resistance, and then I do my, I understand when the next new moon or full moon is going to come in. I'll throw in my vertical lines. So horizontal line, vertical line, moon phase, moving averages, and volume. That for me is how I operate, right? And I mean, you make fun of it all you want. We made our money. We took our money and ran out of the casino as fast as we could. How to add moon phase to TradingView? Just go up into the top, into the indicators, and just look up moon phase, and you'll find it. It's very easy to find. Yeah, I don't really, the bots don't work. As far as trading for any sort of, buying any sort of indicators, I would not recommend it. I haven't seen anybody's indicators that are worth buying. In fact, a lot of people were shilling indicators in programs that basically were just like copy and paste programs. They were just calling it their own. Pay for this trading indicator. Buy this trading indicator for whatever they were selling it for, and it was just literally a copy and paste of other public trading indicators. So be careful out there, folks. A lot of people are trying to take your money without giving you real value. And that's the difference between me and the rest of these guys. There's a few real ones, shout out to the real ones out there for sure. There is a few and far between though. Max, what are you talking about? The whole gang is on live on the other live. Are you talking about YouTube? It's a party up in here tonight. How long? Oh yeah, we just hit the hour mark. An hour and 10 minutes. Can you guys believe that, year and a half, 2 years ago when I was first getting going on TikTok, the longest session I did, I think, was like 6 or 7 hours. 6 or 7 hours on TikTok. It was a Sunday, I remember. We went forever. But I used to have such long sessions on TikTok, man. We'd be driving in the truck and rolling around and just whatever, hanging out. Oh, in Dark Horse trying to explore XRP, there's a lot of stupid people talking right now. I mean, it's very simple. There's a lot of stupid people that are talking. And, they're, decent looking guy can make a little video, make something a little interesting. And now, they're just playing with the numbers every single night. How does HODL work? Oh my gosh, can't figure it out yet. Just can't wrap my mind around it. So be careful. There's a lot of stupid people talking and they're wasting your time. What method of shorting do you use? Oh yeah, that's the other thing is I was just doing 5x leverage only. So, over a 4-month period, 9 trades, all 5x leverage. So I couldn't get wicked out. And some of my trades, and people made fun of me for this, I rode some of my trades down 50, 60%. And then I just added to them. Because I believed in what I was doing, right? And I had enough, I didn't have too much leverage to where they could wick me out. When we get little fake out pumps, I'd say, guys, stay calm. I'm not worrying. But yes, my trade is down 60% right now. But then we wrote it back to profit 8 out of 9, 10 times. Or 8 out of 9. So on the 7th, full moon, prices will dip. That's been the pattern that we've been watching, so watch out for that. Yeah, bull trap rally right now. Look for this thing to roll over. Stop being so cool, Zach. My girlfriend is in here. Her name is Shannon. She just tipped you money from our joint account. Shane, that's awesome. Yeah, I appreciate that, Shane. Thank you. Thank you for allowing her to super chat us. Thank you. AR, big 5 spot. Thank you. I want a mockingly fly, Zach Combs corrector, doofus moron, righteous custodian, pre-50K OG club commemorative hoodie. I love that, brother. I love that. Oh, man. I will never forget you guys, the OGs that have been around with me for so long. Some of you guys, I know you better by your TikTok username or your YouTube name or your Discord name. Than I do your actual name. Some of you guys don't even know your real names. You guys are just anon. Yeah. No, it's been an absolute pleasure. We have an absolute family in our Discord group for sure. It's been so fun. New merch preview. We do have some new merch on the way. Let me throw that out there. I know you guys have been waiting for the merch for a while. I'm sorry, guys. It's coming. I think Dark Horse is okay. He just has a different point of view. Yeah, but I don't want to be mean. I'll just hold back my comments. I don't want to be mean, right? I might hurt somebody's feelings. No, I told him straight up. It's just like, dude, just listen to Brad, listen to Ripple, listen to Team. It's simple. Like, you don't have to try to figure it out. You just listen to them. They explain how it works. I explained, you got the equation. Whatever the end goal is, $5 trillion a day. Okay, great. You know that. How much of the supply do you have? How many tokens do you have? How quickly can you turn them over? How many messages do you have per day? Gives you what price the coin needs to be at. Play with the numbers all day. All day. But at the end of the goal, we both agree it's life-changing wealth. So what the hell are we doing? Playing with the numbers all night? Stack some paper up. Come on, let's go. Stop wasting time playing around. I mean, golly, they've been running lives for nonstop every damn day trying to figure this out. Like, what are you guys still talking about? It's unbelievable. Anyways, to each their own. Good luck and God bless to them. So what's new and exciting? Any new projects you're watching? I'm going to be dropping a review of xrpnet. Okay, I'm going to be doing that. I'm not, I'm interested in reporting on that xrpnet. I'm going to be reporting on that because it's got hype. It's pumping right now in the XRP community. But then the next deep dive is going to be on XDC. And the other one that has recently gotten some attention from me is Quant. I will say that Quant and some of the appearances and some of the deals they've been doing with the Digital Pound Foundation has gotten my attention recently. Yeah. What's the false flag going to be this week? Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, it's just one week after another. And one thing too, to add to this, because you know that I kind of do believe in this stuff, right? About the world works in funny ways. I guess we'll just explain it that way. So this is the full cold moon, and it's supposed to be near the darkest. I don't know if it's quite yet the darkest day of the year, but we're approaching that. And so many people are throwing out, the darkness to light aspect of things. And I think it is interesting to look at that we are very close. And I gave you guys that warning that I think, the next move down will happen very quickly. I don't know if it's the last one, but I do believe that we are going to set a new low for Bitcoin. I don't think that we've bottomed out. So there's two things right there. We have not bottomed out, okay? And the next move is going to happen very quickly. So be prepared. Be prepared, okay? December 21st is the darkest day. There you go. Yeah. He also holds XRP in a sense. He agrees with you. It's just looking at a technical level. Yeah. Equinox, yes. First day of winter. There you go. Can you elaborate on your XRP exit strategy? Yes. I'm going to sell 5% of my bag around $10. I'm going to sell another 5% around $20. And then I plan on holding my XRP. The rest of my XRP will be used for staking leverages, taking loans against it, and using it to buy real estate and businesses. I dropped my full generational wealth exit strategy. It's on my YouTube. Just look it up on my channel. My complete exposed generational wealth exit strategy, where I could talk about it completely in depth, specifically talking about the type of real estate that I'm going to be looking at and the type of businesses that I'm looking at as well. Scott Medley just joined TikTok subscription. Thank you for the support, Scott. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. We have 22,000 likes. Guys, thank you so much for all the likes. TikTok, I appreciate that. Any XDC places to stake? I don't know about that, and I'm very weary of staking programs right now. We need a Discord private jet. I was just thinking about that. I'm so excited to have the Discord meetup, guys. We need to get this Discord meetup planned like ASAP. Discord meetup needs to happen ASAP. This winter would be ideal. XRP won't do $20. That's fine. That's fine if that's your belief. Like I said, shoot. Damn thing goes to $2. We've done something in life. You know what I'm talking about? $5, fun. Let's pop a little one little cheap bottle of champagne. Goes to $10. We've changed our lives. So it's just like whatever. I don't care. If you don't think it's going to $20, that's fine. we're creating generational wealth with or without cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is just one part of our strategy. So we need a private yacht. We actually do got members in the community. We've been talking. We got something in the works. We got the big hitters in our squad. That's for sure. Let me just say that. We got some big hitters. We got some boats already. We ain't waiting for it to moon. But when it does, we can really have a celebration. Becca just joined. Did we just get another subscription, Becca? Guys, thank you so much. You guys can subscribe up top to TikTok here. If you guys are looking to show some support and love the TikTok family, you guys can subscribe up there. Thank you so much. Congrats on 50K, Zach. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Ready for the party? Yeah, we're going to have fun. We're going to have lots of fun here. East Lakes Kid, 5 spot. God bless you, Zach. Thank you for everything. East Lakes, thank you. God bless you. Okay, guys, it has been a pleasure. I'm going to wrap up this situation here that we got going on. I did finish my adult beverage. Maybe I should go get one more. Should we go get one more? Should we keep the party rolling? Might have to ask permission for that, to be honest. Oh, folks. Yeah. After this situation, after this session ends, I'm going to be dropping the third installment of my business development program. I'm going to be making it live, available for the Discord members to watch. I know it's getting late for you guys, so if you want to watch it tomorrow morning, for sure, I understand that. We're a little bit late for most of you guys in the session right now, but after this session ends, I am going to be dropping the third installment of the business development program. And so if you guys are looking to get early access to that, you can join the Discord group, and then you will forever have access to the full business development program at no extra charge. Really looking to bring a lot of value, helping you guys start and grow your businesses. And it's just an incredible opportunity right now for us. For those of you guys that are tapped in, real hustlers with real strategy, we will absolutely kill it out here. Kill it. Kill it. Life-changing just within our businesses, right? Before we even get to crypto, before we get to precious metals, whatever else, right? Within our businesses, we're going to make real differences in people's lives. I know we will, and I'm really excited for it, because long-term, this will all get set out. This will all get, set straight. And I think we're going to have a good time, right? When all the suppressed assets finally get released, utility, new financial system, it'll be a good time. But in the meantime, right, we don't want to just sit around twiddling our thumbs and praying. In the meantime, let's change some lives, right? In the meantime, let's bring some value to our communities and get a little something going for ourselves, right? Whether it's a side hustle, whether it's a real business, whether it's figuring out how to grow and level up in your existing business, your existing job. Let's figure out how to get it done. I'm very excited about this. Crypto McDizzle, thank you for the 5 spot. Twitter bots were designed by psychologists to sway people's opinions to think a certain way. Yeah, I'm glad to see that they are cleaning out the trolls on Twitter. Please remember, guys, that I am not DMing. If you guys reach out to me, I will respond to you, but I'm not asking you about trading. I'm not asking you about anything, how it's going. I will answer your questions. I will not be asking you how your trading is going. Those are scammers. Those are impersonators. There are impersonators every single day on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. I have team members that are blocking them as fast as they pop up, as fast as the spammers pop up. It's like I could literally have a team full-time on staff right now just blocking scammers, literally. But we do our best, and a huge shout out to the team. And that's what I'm so proud of, guys, is we've been growing our team and our resources and the ability to help people. We get people coming into our group that are so selfless. They want to learn from the group, but then they want to be able to teach others too. And that's what it's about. I'm so excited, guys. 50,000 on the YouTube. 296 on TikTok, the TikTok grind, trying to break 300K. It's a good challenge. And then 9,700 on Twitter. So we're just approaching 10K on the Twitter too. Fun times. Okay, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. I want to say thank you guys for all of the support, for smashing the thumbs up tonight. Everything is linked on down below, description of this video, or you can find it at zachrector.com. I appreciate all of you guys, and we will see you guys in the next one. Take care, and God bless out there. Thank you.